Now let's talk about a few of the differences with pattern vinyl versus any sort of solid vinyl. Solid vinyl will always be placed the pretty side down, and then you'll mirror cut it from the back. And that's because it has a carrier sheet on the front and it helps you carry it over to the design. For a pattern vinyl from Sparkleberry, we do not have a carrier sheet, but we do have a backer on the back. So when you use your Sparkleberry, you're going to place it pretty side up, okay, on your mat. So when you put it on your mat and it's cutting, you should be able to see the beautiful pattern facing you. And because you're cutting from the front of the media, then you will not be using a mirror cut. It will not be mirrored. So please keep that in mind, that especially when you're using one solid and one pattern, that you will be mirroring your solid, but you will be not mirroring this, and you will be cutting it from the front. Okay, so now let's weed it. So there you go, just like that, we were able to get most of the negative space away when we weeded it. You can see that there is a backer that's going to be on the back side of that vinyl. This is going to have to come off, and I'm gonna get to that step in just a moment once we get through weeding this. Remember, this doesn't have a carrier sheet. So since it doesn't have a carrier sheet, I have to use one of my own and transfer it. You can think about this process very similarly to an adhesive project whenever you use a transfer tape to transfer it to your object. That's what we're doing here. This is a mask that is TTD high tack mask by Caesar that Pro World will have available for you. So I've taken it off of the backer, laying it sticky side up, just like that. I like to lay it sticky side up so I don't pick up any of the little pieces that may be on my table, on my craft table. I'm not even gonna cut it. I'm just gonna lay this down somewhere on the middle of it, and then I'm going to take my squeegee and make sure that I squeegee it very nicely onto the sticky portion of that. Now, once you're finished with the squeegeeing or the burnishing, you're going to make sure, this is very important, you want to pull this backer off. This is the backer that was on the vinyl, the beautiful vinyl before you cut it. That has to come off. The reason why is because your HTV, now masked with this carrier sheet, has a heat. It needs to be able to activate when you press it, and then if you have the backer in the way, it'll press it onto the backer and it will be a mess. So I've already weeded this one, so I just need to cut it, and then I can start placing my vinyl on my garment. So there we go, we are finished. We have weeded, and this is the place where you could go back and make sure if you've missed any of the little places in your design on the pattern that you couldn't see before, you now would be able to reverse weed it is what it's called. All right, let's move to the next step.